The Oracle is going to come in. The second one, initially I didn't like it, but this is something that HeroMarine did not expect 100%, and now there's no mining whatsoever. Pretty much all these SCVs are going to fall. The boys have been pulled, the rest of them, and this is going to be Zest basically once again turtling up at his main base. There are 4 tanks, which does make this actually surprisingly scary. And this is where the fact that Zest didn't build Void Rays, this actually makes it a big problem. HeroMarine could still win this game.
Yeah, Zest has half his army on the map as well, knocking down reinforcements, but there are no reinforcements to be had. There is no income. HeroMarine literally not mining, spending the last of his money on repairs. SCV's going on the high ground, looking to bust HeroMarine through. Starks on the backside, they're going to take a massive tank volley. HeroMarine, though, he's not really leading in army supply just yet. The Viking's going to go down as well, so a lot less anti-air to deal with these Void Rays that are now on the map. Once again, the tank sieging up. All Zest has to do is buy some time, but he does not want to move in the tank shots like that. We're going to see them target fire down all of these Sagas. Start the Marines. They're winning the fight on the top side. All of a sudden, Zest does not want this fight. It is only 2 Void Rays that remain, and production is fine. But we're going to see one gateway get depowered. Actually, no, it's not. I guess there's another pylon just there, but it is only Zealots now. There is no charge. 2 tanks are sieged up. The Borders are gonna have to do what they can. Zealots as well, but out of a defeat, HeroMarine finds a victory. GG.
The lack of shield battery overcharge during that fight. Zest took for granted that he was only on 1 Nexus. He didn't have the energy.
I mean, there's certain follow-up all-ins that we kind of scoff at, and we're like, clearly desperate, clearly won't work. The Disruptor follow-up is actually a little scary because you got the shield batteries kind of placed hastily just to defend the first wave, so they kind of messed up your micro in the second. Disruptors just take they abuse the fact that you don't have much room to maneuver when you're already stuck in your natural. Like, the next part of this is still scary, but I gotta say, usually the people that I see actually make this work is not Strange, but maybe like a Zest, who is playing really well lately.
Yeah, I do love the Disruptors. They're just going to be trapped inside of his base. So there's a pylon, I think, blocking the his own entrance. So he's going to wait for 2 of those and maybe go pick him up with the Warp Prism. That's fantastic. But I do love the approach from Strange in the sense that he had not only not achieved any value, he has achieved negative value, right? Like, resources lost tab shows he has lost 750 resources to the 175 of PtitDrogo, which means, yeah, I mean, this needed to be the other way twice. For it to be a successful attack, and as it stands, I do love that he went for the Disruptors, especially because, like you said, Drogo is going to be pinned back in his base. He is researching, however, Blink, which is one of the better tools that you can have to kind of dodge those Disruptor shots and eventually snipe potentially the Warp Prism, potentially the Disruptors once they overextend. So we'll see if Drogo has what it takes. A cool follow-up from Strange, giving himself a chance, but it's going to be definitely an uphill battle for him.
First Disruptor. Oh, he's gonna get a beautiful shot. That's exactly the type of start that Strange needed to maybe win this game. Plus the Adepts get into the main, and there's not a whole lot of Warpings available for Drogo. Suddenly, things are actually looking very possible as the second Disruptor takes out the Immortals, and oh no. Oh, this was actually even easier than I kind of thought. I gave the Disruptor follow-up a lot of credit, but this is turning into just a one-sided affair. Drogo cannot catch a break.
Baby Jesus. I mean, he can't catch, or he can catch, I guess, the Disruptor balls to the face, but that's about it. And yeah, the next one's gonna go off still, and Drogo, I mean, I'm just looking at his face. He is laughing, he's enjoying himself, and I think that's the last thing that he can do with his turkey head. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately, for him. And Strange with a hell of a comeback, I want to say.
So Colossus can actually become pretty important too. Another forward blink, immediately goes for the Medivacs, gets the first one, second one very low on HP, goes down to that final shot of the Stalker, but at the same time Gabe has a few buy units in the bottom right side. This is a very high-paced game and a lovely way to kick off this best of 5.
Certainly is. Nice Disruptor snipe and pick up there by Gabe. He's playing really good. And a slow warp in. Those Stalkers will not last long at all. And how many probes have died this game so far? I don't even know. 41 and only 1 SCV. I'm surprised down still. A nice Disruptor snipes. Holy crap, that was right before the Novas went off there. Holy crap, Big Gabe.
Yep, and the shield battery gets picked off as well, so no battery overcharge to help out. The Archons are still very tanky, but it's pretty much just the Archons. At the same time, few buy units still having a field day in the main base. HeroMarine is still maintaining a 40-50 army supply advantage. There is no Observer here to take care of all these Widow Mines, so those Ghost could potentially fire again as Gabe picks up a few buy units, unloads on the low ground. A beautiful game by HeroMarine. I think the kind of game that just gives you wings. And these mines will fire again. A very low HP Colossus almost goes down. We're going to have a recall on the Observer, I assume. Gabe probably going to EMP and scan or kill it. Yep, there you go. Scans immediately. Could take care of it, and he does.
And that's a lot of Widow Mines. This Nexus, it's not long for this world, is it? And I mean, okay, nice baiting there with one of the Zealots, but the Nexus still falls. And now Gabe's army is just bigger and better. He's getting Ghost in the mix too, but he can't get too carried away. I look at all of this, 23 probes extra have fallen. Wow, Gabe expanding really far forward. I kind of like it though.
Gabe actually going up to 4 bases by taking this base. Not the first time we've seen that all tournament long on Hardwire. Bit surprised by it because I feel like in all the online tournaments we did not see it. You can take care of those Widow Mines with just the Disruptors. But it seems that Zoun has other priorities and perhaps is worried about another drop on the left side, because that's one of the biggest problems as well, because he's been under so much pressure. He doesn't have a lot of map vision, and playing at PvT, if you don't know where those medevacs are coming from, just becomes a nightmare.
The resilience that some of these players have shown when it comes to just not dying whatsoever has been amazing. Like the fact that Zoun is still more than in this. Like, if you told me that 50-ish probes had died this game and like just 1 SCV, I wouldn't have believed you.
And you lost your main base. At 1.6 gateways were unpowered. +1 did not finish up. Yeah, no, the fact that Zoun still has a little chance in this game is pretty remarkable. Another Widow Mine drop though. Quick pull again on the workers, so we shouldn't lose too many. Hopefully this doesn't send them all back without actually keeping track of it.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I like the split of these Widow Mines as well, but greeted by a handful of Stalkers, which I don't know if there was enough to quite kill that Widow Mine. Looks like it was with the Pro Pull, but yeah, great game to start off this series.
HeroMarine is working on +3 attack and +2 armor is on the way. Cannons have some DPS, and that should barely be enough, yeah, especially with the probes helping out. Ooh, Archon's going on a little adventure, a bit too far ahead of the rest of the party. One of them gets picked off.
And that's quite a decent pickoff. Can't afford to lose any extra units here, at least not unnecessarily. 3-2 on the way for HeroMarine. Once those upgrades come up, he's got a 2 upgrade lead on his opponent. He's also on double starport here, going up to 8 barracks as well. He's really starting to tank up here.
But we still have a lot of Disruptors, so there is absolutely a chance here. We gave Maru a lot of compliments for how well he played in a game that was unwinnable. This game felt pretty unwinnable to me after the initial double drop. Of course, Zoun got a little victory in the center of the map, but normally Gabe just runs away with games like this. This is a game that's actually still, in a weird way, somewhat even. I prefer HeroMarine's position, especially because of the +3 and the +2 armor that's finishing up. But 8 Disruptors, and we don't have tanks, we don't have Liberators. Zoun has just done a ridiculous job in hanging in there and still giving himself a good chance.
All of a sudden, there's a lot of hope for Protosses out there, because this Zoun, he's the last Protoss in this tournament. Observers fall along with the Colossus. Big Gabe getting ready for a big surround here. And that army of the Protoss, if it gets collapsed on, it isn't the kind of army that wants to fight multiple flanks.
Few Zealots trying to get on top of these Marines and the Ghost. Yeah, HeroMarine was clearly looking for that flank, but Zoun was aware of it and he got himself out of it. Very nice situation. Disruptors are kind of exposed here. You need to be so careful, but instead he lands a decent Nova, sends another good zoning Nova towards the top side. Man, what a game by Zoun. Because I feel like he has no business making this a game, but he's here on the other side of the map, and he is 1 or 2 good Novas away from potentially still winning game 1.
Certainly is. Gabe feeling the pressure here, even lifting up the orbital command. Zoun sending out zoning disruptor shots here, and some big juicy shots do land. The supply still ridiculously close, but the disruptor Novas, they're running thin now. Another massive shot, another one. Oh my goodness, I don't know how Zoun's doing this. He's actually ahead 30 supply now, pushing Gabe to the limit. And that is not a good vibe for the rest of this series here, given how far ahead he was in this game.
Yeah, a ridiculous performance here by our Korean Protoss. He did such a good job there in sending out the zoning Novas. Gabe getting a little overeager. He's like, you must run out of shots eventually. Well, he didn't run out of shots. HeroMarine chasing a little bit too far. And in a game where so many things went wrong for Zoun, he still takes the 1-0 lead. You can see him have a little sigh of relief there too. It's like, phew, I had to work for it, but wow, I'm stunned, man. I'm absolutely stunned. That was some great Protoss play by our Korean Protoss.
That was really good, man.
Maru's army is very, very soft. He has very few workers. Army supply is similar. You know what?
I think that Zoun's okay. You really do need that robo sophistication to kind of help your army out. I mean, it's a lot of Zealots and Archons, right? But
Yeah.
Maru's kiting is pretty scary here as well.
And he's going to have a bunch of EMPs. Potential mine hits here.
Right, another attack in here. Looks like he might be able to isolate the 4th base again. 2 Templars probably designed to be an Archon. There they are now.
Now they're going to get picked off before it can happen, and Maru now pushing forward. He's going to get that 4th base, perhaps. There is a 5th base going up in the top left. Just got started.
Maru is already starting to catch up in SCVs. 41 now. It was in the 20s earlier. Probes are being pulled. I don't feel like this is part of the attack either. I think this is a afterthought of a worker transfer that became, oh my god, he gets 2 more. And this Immortal is gone.
Oh,
dude.
No.
Robo units and Archons are disappearing just quick enough. Oh, hold position.
The mine burrows as well. Get some more hits onto those Zealots. Everything is so badly hurt on both sides.
Yeah, there's like no energy in these medevacs.
Zoun's army supply is gone now. Maru just completely out-controlled him there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like, Maru is just dancing around everything Zoun is trying to get done.
I guess Maru does need to get this 4th base landed over here at 6 o'clock. He really doesn't have a whole lot to work with. He's basically eked out an insane amount of damage with what he's got.
Dude, he still has so much damage out, but look at this army for Maru. Dodging those disruptor shots. I feel like Zoun
this
needs
is a bad
little
warp
bit of
in here
something
too,
else.
I think. He's going to lose a lot of these Zealots. Maybe not. I guess I was wrong.
Well, pulls him back, charges in now. Pulling him back now into some of these mine hits as well. Oh god, the disruptor hits, some of them are good. But does he have enough core army here to keep those disruptors going? It doesn't look like it.
He's doing it. Maru takes that game. GG. Oh, he's blinked up into the main. This is actually kind of crazy because this is such a huge bottleneck that he's controlling over here.
Oh my god,
Like,
and with the carriers coming up, he's going to pop everything, man.
Yeah.
The carrier stalker is going to do a huge amount of damage.
Oh, I think Creator might be about to win.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be any more queens.
There were some great moves here from Dark. No doubt about that.
This was a really interesting game. I mean,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Shroud is out, man. Look at that nice fungal on the
Now,
interceptors.
Are there corruptors being made or anything? Because I see 2 spires.
We don't know, but it looks like mostly infestors in these eggs. Infestor Hydra, which I mean, it's not a terrible idea, I think. But yeah, this is a lot of critical tech that's going away.
Okay, so he's going to get the 2 spires. So he would have to fight this from the ground effectively if he's going to kill it. He's going to get the den next. You know, if he gets the layer, we don't know if the techs are being remade. Oh, I guess we would know. The production tab's up, but we don't see the techs being remade here just yet.
Yeah, just the spawning pool at the moment. He's about to have 3-3 for those slings as well.
I think Creator's won.
I think so.
I think as long as Creator has a couple buildings in this game, I think the carriers can kind of take care of the rest, right?
Yeah, well, he's really massing up infestors. I'd actually like to see the unit tab right now. Because, I mean, if you get enough infestors, you can bomb these carriers out of here, right?
That is true.
Not sure exactly what his anti-air looks like. Like, it looks like he might just go Infestor Queen from here, but I definitely... I mean, this is the game is crazy.
This is one of the craziest PvZs we've had all year.
Well, Tech's one of them. We'll get rid of that. So that's something at least. Ultra's being made now. I love it. Did he get kindness? I believe he did, right?
I think we saw that upgrade making. I don't know if it was stopped in time or not.
I think he got kindness and legs. Like, Dark was busy on the upgrades.
Now, keep in mind, if the Zerg smashes this army, which I don't think he will, it's not like he has the army to counterattack as easily. He can have a couple guerrilla tactics like these Banes coming through here, but he doesn't have like a death ball that he can really fight with. 34 workers remain to the 70 of the Zerg here. Ooh, even burrowing. That's nice.
I love it, yeah. Backing up, some of the interceptors going down. I almost called them interfestors.
Interfestors, man.
That's what happens when the infestors and the interceptors cast together.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Big storms blanketing that area. The Ultras are a real problem here.
Yeah.
There's enough on the ground. I actually think Dark may have clawed his way back from the grave.
I think you're right.
Because this is an army where, like, the carriers are going to have a hard enough time fighting the queens and infestors already, right?
And those storms really didn't do much, but he brings in the Void Rays, turns them on. Wow, that's a lot of banelings coming in here.
So you got to go for the Nexus.
Yeah, the Shroud here, man, doing like what it was intended to do.
I think that Creator he was in a winning position. I think it kind of slipped between his fingertips. It
takes a player like Dark to pull a game like that back.
Yeah.
Like, people can talk about Zerg OP however much they want, but I don't think many Zergs in the world would have come back from that position. Like, he just navigated it perfectly. It looked like he was dead. The counterattack with the Nidus, kind of drawing him out of position, hitting every base over and over and over and over with the Banelings. Really high quality stuff. Oh, and he gets the Nexus
half his
too.
workers too.
Dude, he's got him.
Yeah, this is probably over. I mean, Dark has to be careful with how he kind of navigates this, but this is one it's going to be hard to imagine Creator winning it. Of course, it's always going to come down to these big engages.
Yeah, this army has to do it, but look at the amount of infestors in here.
Okay.
Oh, God, and there's the Neurals just powering down. Oh, man. All right, trying to hit some feedbacks in there. Does he actually have enough air here to take everything down now? Don't forget, like, the damage here from those queens, that's like his anti-air. He's just giving them additional armor.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any more interceptors in this game here. 5 minerals
he's got
in the
no
bank.
minerals.
Yeah. Not going to have any more buildings. There's nowhere to even make buildings right now where the fleet is because there's creep everywhere.
Yeah, he is going to lose the base trade in that regard as well. Kind of losing in every way at this point. Throws down the time warps. Not enough. And Dark starts to thrash the hopes and dreams here of Creator. Creator had such a brilliant opening. Like, everything he did looked amazing.
Yeah.
And Dark was just like... It was amazing to watch him, like, wiggle himself around there. The Ultra actually has some real potential to help out here, too.
Yeah.
There's, like, one Immortal. Disruptor Shot doesn't kill Ultra. I mean, Ultra's, the high armor run right in there with the Ling Bane. I like it. You don't see Ultras that often against Protoss, like, until you get, like, 2 Sky Toss comps, right?
Right.
Then Dark style comes into play a little bit, but this is not one of those games, so it's kind of cool to see.
Okay, the push is coming in again. It's going to be these disruptor shots. Oh my God!
Oh, that was a really
Take a few
good
more like that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was an absurdly good shot.
That was ridiculous. All right,
The,
more shots coming out.
He's doing a pretty good job, honestly, with this push. And suddenly, Solar could be in trouble here.
Yeah, he's like just, oh my God, the Ultras are just getting completely destroyed here. Bane's come in.
He hit that one with like 3 disruptor shots.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's trying to heal it up and everything. Another Ultra coming down. There is still an Immortal here, which is a problem for that Ultra.
Yeah,
Look at him chunk that down with his +3 Immortal attack.
It is insane.
Oh my God, the one shot and the Ultra's like almost done.
That was a funny blink. I mean, I kind of am almost in disbelief as to what I'm seeing here, but I mean, this goes to show you what you can do with good control.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God, and
fantastic
another one
uppers.
right on the Queens. These are like the best disruptor shots of StarCraft 2.
They're pretty absurd.
Oh my God, he's not even mining.
Yeah, Hero actually is having a very hard time back there at home. Look at this, traps the Ultra in there, does end up killing it off. Archon coming to the front. Might be able to kill these 2 hatches, man. It is a possibility. That is so funny
This
looking.
is such a wild game. I think Hero could still win if he just kind of makes what he has.
His production is very low right now, though.
Yeah, but the thing is like the Zerg is bleeding out too many units. I think he might have hemorrhaged too much here.
Yeah, I think he should have given up these 2 hatches. Like, fighting for these.
Yeah.
Look at him smile. He's like laughing and smiling.
Oh my God!
Hero's
What
economy.
a game!
I think Hero's economy was badly enough hurt that maybe if Solar just... Because the thing is, if you're not fighting the entire time, Hero will kill both the hatches.